Hi, welcome to my channel Galactic Bacon, and I want to welcome you to another episode of my Elite Dangerous tutorials. If you enjoy this video, please remember later on to share, like and subscribe. My video today is going to be about how to find space station docking ports. I know for quite a few new players and maybe even more experienced players have a great deal of difficulty with this. So I'm first going to have a look at the Coriolis starports, which is one of the more common space stations in the game, and then we're going to take a look at Outposts as well, and any other stations that you find in the game are usually variations on these two main layouts. So if you manage to find the entrances to either of these two types of stations, then you're going to be fine. So when you arrive at a station, I'm presuming that you've super cruised in. You may come facing the station at an odd angle. The station entrance probably won't be right in front of you. So what do? How do you find the entrance? Now usually if you've been in super cruise mode and the station is targeted, then it will be highlighted in green. So if I now target the station with my T button, it turns to green in the target schematic on the left hand side, and if I untarget it turns to grey. So it may well be, for whatever reason, you may arrive at the station or you have done something else and it's not targeted. You will notice that when it is targeted it displays green arrows. Those arrows are pointing towards the station entrance. That's going to be very useful to you in finding where the entrance is. If it's untargeted, it just looks like a grey shape. There's no indications on it at all. So if I then manoeuvre my ship around, you will see in the target schematic that the ship rotates as well. Now this schematic is showing us the station location with reference to our ship. So when I line up the entrance, and there the slot at the front, that's telling me that my ship is now facing in the same direction as the station entrance, which is interesting, but that's not actually going to help us to find it, because as you can see it's not right in front of me. But what we can do is, now I'm only telling you the way that I do this. There are probably other players out there that maybe have other ways or techniques of finding the entrance. I'm going to show you a couple of ways. What I do is I line up the entrance. You can do this very quickly. And then I turn my ship around 180 degrees, so I'm actually facing the rear of the station. So I'm just going to do that now. So the arrows are all pointing away from me. So I'm now at the back side of the station. Okay, I've got the station lined up. I'm just going to fly in that direction, and I'm going to be keeping the target schematic in the position that it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly in a straight line, keep an eye on the scanner, and what we want to see is we want to see the station moving almost sort of completely behind the position of our ship. And in theory, when we turn around 180 degrees, we'll be facing the entranceway. So I'm just going to increase my thrust, and I'm going to boost. So just watch the position of the station in the scanner. It's now moving to the side, it's to the right hand side of us now. It's starting to move behind. And just keep flying in that same direction, straight line. Right, the station is now pretty much almost behind us. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn around. Face the station, and there is the entrance. So we're now at the right side to enter the station, and then you see it there. And then you can kind of line up a little bit better. With a bit of practice, you can do this a lot more accurately. it does take a little bit of getting used to. I'm going to show you another method now. I'm going to just park my ship behind the station again. Okay, so we have our station in front of us again, and we want to find the entrance. This is a second way. Some of you might find this a little bit easier. And the way this works is you look at your scanner and have a look at the ships that are coming in and out of the station, and also the wakes that are left behind. And if you simply aim in the general direction of those indicators on your scanner, then that's going to be the front of the station where all the ships are coming in and out, where they're docking. So if I point my ship roughly in the now you obviously can't fly through the station, but if you fly in the general direction of these markers, and then we do a 180-degree turnaround, in theory we should be pointing at the front of the station. So I'm just going to try that now. So I have these markers right in front of me, and I've just adjusted the direction of my ship so I don't crash into the station. I'm going to fly in that direction. I'm going to try and maintain that direction, just where the most amount of markers are. And now I can see the station is behind me, so I'm going to do 180. Turn around, and there's the entrance. So with a wee bit of practice again, yeah, you'll get better at this and be able to find it a lot quicker. So that's for Coriolis space stations and all their variants. It's the kind of same principle. The only other thing, sometimes some of these have spokes sticking out, which just make this a little bit more challenging, but the principle is pretty much the same. So I'm going to do... Okay guys, I'm going to show you this third method of finding the entrance to the space station, and this works with all the stations that have a letterbox type entrance, and it involves lining up the station with the planet as you're approaching. So you have to do this in Super Cruise, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and disengage the FSD just beyond the position of the station, so just at the last minute, because the station entrances actually face the surface of the planet, and that way if you disengage just beyond the station, hopefully you just do a 180 and you're facing the entrance. I think I just missed it. If I just boost a little beyond, fly towards the planet.
Alpha Lima, this is Central Flight Control. Request docking if you wish to land.
Do a 180 and the entrance should be there, should be visible. It can be a bit hit or miss, that tactic at times, but it does work, and it will take a little bit of practice to get used to, but that is method 3, and if it works for you, then that's hopefully been of help to you today. So I'm going to do Outposts next. Okay, so we're at an outpost for this next demonstration, and obviously with Outposts you don't have a slot to find, it's a landing pad, and these same principles apply for bases on planets as well. It's the same kind of principles at play. Now I've disabled my docking computer for these purposes, because the obvious way to find the entrance to the station is to just request docking and then use the docking computer, and the ship will be taken to the platform that you want. But obviously if you don't have a docking computer, or you've had to disable it for some reason, I'm going to show you an easy way to find the pad that you need to land on. So I'm quite close into the station, and that is for a reason, because I want you to keep a close eye on the ship compass, which is the little planet-shaped thing with the white dot in the middle, which now you move around, you see that moving with my ship. I've got it centred on the station at the moment. So when I request docking for the station, just keep an eye on what happens to
Request granted.
the compass. It changed position slightly, but basically the compass is telling you which pad to go to, and there will be various pads highlighted. You can see a yellow one there. Sometimes if there are other players, other NPCs who are landing at the same time as you, you'll see other pads highlighted, and that can throw you off a little bit. So just follow the one that you've been allocated. So I've been allocated to landing pad 1, so I'm looking for the number above the pad, and I mean, I can just about see it from here, but sometimes that's not quite so obvious depending on the layout of the station. So you'll notice if I fly to the side, the compass is telling me to go left. If I fly above, it's telling me the pad is directly below. And so if I keep it in the middle, it will guide me directly to the pad that I need to land at. And there is 01. Obviously in this instance I'm facing the wrong way, but that's easy enough to fix. So that's pretty much it. If you want to know how to find the landing pad on an outpost, you can apply this to a planetary base. And also the type of outposts, which come in a variety of shapes and sizes, the same kind of thing it applies with that as well. So I hope this has been helpful to you today. If you're just starting out in Elite Dangerous and looking for some guidance, you should check out my beginner's guide playlist, and a little link is going to appear in the top right hand corner of the screen now for that. Also, if you'd like to be notified about future videos, please subscribe, click the bell icon. Check out the description below as well for other videos, and feel free to leave any questions in the comments if there's anything you want to ask, or even suggestions for future videos as well. That's always helpful. So thanks for watching, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.